entertainment bullseye every week with her hard riding. Straight shooting. And suspense.
Outside has changed in 10 years' time. It's not going to be easy starting over.
No, sir, I don't suppose it will be.
I'm not going to give you a lecture. You're an intelligent man. During the years you've been here, I've learned to know you pretty well. You're not the sort to make the same mistake twice.
You can be sure of that, sir.
I've written this letter to an old friend of mine. If you feel like it, you can go see him. I know he'll do whatever he can to get you started off on the right foot. He's a sheriff at Diablo.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your confidence.
Well, goodbye, Tom. And good luck.
Goodbye, Warden.
What on earth do you think you're doing, Tag?
Watch me beat him to the draw. Draw! Look at that. Right through the heart. Good shooting, huh?
No, Tag. I wouldn't say that was very good shooting.
What do you mean? I shot him dead, and before he could even get his gun up.
Tag, I think it's about time you and I had a little talk about guns. In the first place, you don't use them to go around killing people.
Well, that's what they're for, aren't they?
Well, if I didn't know you so well, young man, I'd say you weren't very bright. An expert uses a gun to protect lives, not to take them. It's a defense weapon, Tag. Now remember that.
Well, how are you going to defend yourself if some varmint draws on you without you beating to it and kill him first?
I'll show you. Pull that rope.
Gosh.
See what I mean?
Sheriff! Sheriff!
Oh, Annie, is your uncle here?
No, he isn't, Mr. Wilkes. He's out of town on business, but his deputy's around here somewhere. Something wrong?
Well, I got held up again. That's what's wrong.
Oh, here's his deputy now. Lofty.
What is it, Ed? 2 men. They jumped me just this side of Eagle Rock and got away with about $8,000 worth of gold concentrate that I was bringing from the mine to the railroad station.
Have you any idea who they were? What they looked like?
Just the same as before. I couldn't tell. They wore masks. As they were going away, I took a couple of shots at them. I got the horse, and I think I nicked the other fellow's hat. Leastwise, it fell off.
Did you get his hat?
No, I couldn't. About this time, the first zombie cuts loose, and I had to take cover. And he keeps on shooting until the other fellow gets his hat and high-tails it off into the rocks on foot.
Still on foot. We got a good chance to catch him.
Any of you men want to come along?
Get a horse, Ed.
Why, sure.
One of us is going to have to walk if this horse is going to drop dead on us.
Well, I'm not walking. Not in this heat, I ain't.
Well, if you think I'm...
Hey, wait a minute.
Stay here, Jim. Get down. I said get down. Next time I'll shoot 6 inches lower. Get going. I know that hombre from someplace. I know that face.
Well, let's get moving.
What's this all about?
This is one of them, all right. Look at that bullet hole I put through his hat.
Where's your partner?
What partner? I don't have any partner. I was held up back there on the trail and the fellow stole my horse. I don't know what you fellows are talking about. I was on my way to Diablo to see the sheriff.
You're going to Diablo, all right, and you're going to see the sheriff.
I don't know what it is you fellas think I did, but whatever it is, you're wrong.
Maybe, but I don't think so.
Now, wait a minute. Don't everybody go getting excited. Lofty will find them.
He'd better find him. This thing is getting kind of regular. $30,000 worth of gold in the last month.
Let's get out.
Gosh, $30,000 worth of gold. What do you suppose those two bandits are going to do with it, Annie?
It's a good question, Tag. It's something I'd like to find out myself.
Maybe they look.
I think it's about time you and I did a little detective work on our own. Come on, Tag. Hi, Phil.
Hi, Phil.
Hello, Annie. Hi, Tag.
Say, Phil, do you know anyone around here shipping gold concentrate besides the Apex mine?
Oh, there ain't much going out of here anymore. Hey, the Bolton boys are shipping some.
Dan and Jim Bolton?
Yeah?
I thought their diggings played out a long time ago.
What's on your mind, Annie?
Just curious. Thanks, Phil.
All right, Annie.
Bet I know what you're thinking.
I'll bet there isn't a grain of gold in the Bolton mine. Come on, we're going out there and have a look around.
Right.
You stay here, Tag, and keep watch. I'm gonna have a look inside that mine.
Right.
Jim. Now I remember him. Malloy. That's who he is, Tom Malloy.
What are you talking about?
The guy I took this horse off of. Tom Malloy. We did time together about 5 years ago.
What do you reckon he's doing out here?
I don't know. He's doing a long stretch for safe robbery. I thought he was still up there.
What are you taking the saddle off that horse for?
We gotta get rid of it. I don't want anything around here that'll tie us up with Malloy.
That's a good idea.
But we could keep the saddle. No use in losing that. I'll hide it where nobody will find it.
Maybe you know you're trespassing on private property.
That's right. But I was just looking for the two men who held up the gold messenger.
What made you think you'd find him around here?
Just a hunch, maybe.
Yeah, we thought they might be hiding in that mine.
Well, why don't you go ahead and have a look?
I've already had a look. Tag, go get the horses. It's kind of dangerous to turn your back around here.
Don't try it.
I'd like to get a shot at them, too.
There'll be other chances.
You take care of the horses, Tag.
Right, Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Hello, Lofty.
Well, we got one of them.
You sure?
What do you mean by that?
I thought Dan Bolton and his brother were mixed up in this thing somewhere.
Why Dan Bolton?
Well, I'll explain it while I make us some coffee. Come on.
Of all the crazy ideas I ever heard of, you going up to the Bolton mine. You could have gotten yourself killed.
Well, Lofty, I do believe you worry about me.
Well, of course I do. But that's got nothing to do with it. You could have gotten Tag killed, too.
Well, at least I gave that mine a good looking over. I don't believe there's a grain of gold in that place.
Look, Annie, nobody can tell if there's gold in a mine by just walking in and taking a quick look around.
Well, then where are they getting the stuff they're shipping out? Tell me that.
Annie, the man we got locked up in there has been identified by Ed Willits. He's even got the hole in his hat that Ed put there.
Well, it could be a coincidence. I still don't think we've got the right man.
But he admits being in prison for robbery. Gives us some story about the warden writing your Uncle Luke a letter, only he can't produce the letter.
But he explained that the letter was in the saddlebag on the horse they took from him.
The whole story sounds too fishy. I'm sorry, Annie, I just don't believe it.
Oh, Lofty, your only trouble is you're just as stubborn as a mule.
I am not. It's
You
just
are
that...
so. You got an idea set in your head and you just don't want anyone to change it.
Now, look, Annie, you know that isn't so.
Then why don't you send the warden a telegram and check?
All right, I'll do that.
Miss Annie,
Yes?
I heard you mention Dan Bolton a while ago.
Yes, do you know him?
We were in prison together. He served out his time and got out about 5 years ago.
Well, that's about the length of time he's been around here.
That fellow that took my horse, there was something familiar about him. I seemed to recognize his voice.
Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure, and it was Dan Bolton. I could swear to that.
Look, with your prison record, you're in a tough spot unless we can prove somebody else held up that gold messenger. Will you help me? Will you do anything I ask?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be right back. Oh, Bert!
Annie, what can I do for you?
Oh, I've got a story for your paper.
Good, what is it?
Well, you can say this. It has just been disclosed that the man who's being held for the holdup of the Apex mine messenger is Tom Malloy, who recently escaped from prison while serving a term for robbery.
An ex-convict, eh? Hey, that is a good story.
Will it be in tomorrow's paper?
It certainly will, and right on the front page. Thanks to you, Annie.
You're welcome, Mr. Kopler. Goodbye.
Bye.
Ow! Oh, Tag, hold still. I'll be through in a minute.
Oh, Annie, for gosh sakes.
Just a couple of more pins.
Hello, Annie.
Good morning.
How do you do, madam? Oh, it's Tag. Hey, that's very becoming.
That sells it. I won't do it.
Oh, Tag. Now look what you've done. I'm going to have to fit this all over again.
Not on me, you won't.
Oh, please, Tag. It'll only take a minute.
I have to take breakfast to your prisoner. Why don't you try it on Lofty? He's bigger than me.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Oh, no. Say, have you seen the morning's paper?
No, not yet.
Take a look. The man we got locked up in there escaped from state prison.
No, really?
Now, you see, Annie, a man's judgment is better in things like this. Why, I knew he wasn't telling the truth from the minute we nailed him.
I'm sorry I argued with you, Lofty. I should have known that you're much smarter about such things than I am.
Oh, I didn't mean that, Annie, and you know it. You're plenty smart about a lot of things. But dealing with crooks is a man's job. You can't be sentimental.
That's right. And I suppose that's why you're such a good deputy sheriff.
Lofty! Your prisoner escaped.
What?
When I came to bring him his breakfast, that cell door was wide open.
I guess it's kind of my fault.
And your fault. What do you mean?
And I think I left the cell door unlocked last night.
You deliberately let him go? Well, Annie, I hope you realize what you've done. Made me the laughing stock of the whole town. That man escaped from state prison.
Lofty, I'd like to explain about
You'll
it.
have to explain about it later. Right now, I have to go out and find Tom Malloy all over again.
Gee, Lofty's mad, Annie. I've never seen him act like that before.
You'll get over it. Go on in and eat your breakfast, Tag.
Okay,
It's Annie. Everything's all set. You're sure you know what you're doing?
Yes, ma'am. I thought it all out.
Good. Good luck to you, and be careful.
Thanks, Miss Annie. I'll bring back that letter that the warden gave me.
Did you get all the stuff? I sure did. I got some information, too. You know that Tom Malloy you taking the horse off of? He wasn't released from state prison. He busted out.
Yeah?
Yeah, and you want a real laugh? They got him locked up in the Diablo jail for robbing the gold messenger.
Well, this ought to take some of the heat off us. You know, I was kind of suspicious of that guy. When I knew him 5 years ago, he still had 15 years to serve. So he busts out, huh?
Yeah, but it didn't do him much good. They caught up with him again.
Wonder if I could hit you up for a little grub. I got money to pay for it.
Well, if it isn't Tom Malloy.
You made a mistake, stranger. My name is Smith.
Cut it out, Tom. I'm Dan Bolton. Remember me?
Well, I'll be dogged if it ain't. Dan Bolton, how are you?
This is my brother, Jim.
Hello, Jim.
Howdy. I heard they had you locked up in the Diablo jail.
You don't think I'm going to let any two-bit jail hold me after breaking out of state prison, do you? It's a nice, quiet layout you got here. Maybe we can do a little business.
Yeah, what kind of business?
Like I say, I got a little money and need a place to hide out.
Sure, why not?
Wait a minute, Dan, are you crazy? They're looking for this guy.
Tom's an old friend. You don't think I'd turn down an old friend, do you?
Take care of your horse back at the corral there, Tom. We'll rustle up some grub.
What's the idea of letting an escaped convict hole up here? He's going to get us into a mess of trouble.
Take it easy. We can use this guy. He's one of the best safe experts in the country. With what we've got on him, he'll have to do anything we say.
Well, I still don't like it.
Jim, we've got a pretty good setup here, Tom, if you'd like to string along with us.
Nah, I don't know anything about mining.
It isn't hard to learn the way we do it.
What do you mean?
Shut up. You talk too much.
Tom's okay. Stop worrying about him, Jim.
What's the deal?
Well, we've got a gold mine, see? Only there isn't any gold in it.
Two class. So?
Some of the mines around here have got lots of gold. They ship the concentrate down to the railroad station. But on the way, they're relieved of it.
I'm beginning to understand.
Gold concentrate isn't easy to get rid of. That is, unless you've got a gold mine yourself. Then it's easy. It just comes out of your own mine.
Pretty smart. I wouldn't mind being in on a deal like that.
You never could learn to keep your mouth shut, Dan. That's why you had to spend 5 years of your life in the pen.
Relax, Jim, relax.
So what's your idea?
Well, when Jim went into town this morning, he found out there's another shipment going out early tomorrow morning, right after daylight.
Being Sunday, they don't figure to be bothered, right?
That's right. We can knock them over in Sidewinder Pass. They won't be expecting us there.
Sounds okay. Count me in.
Well, it means an early start. Better turn in.
In here?
Right.
Good night.
Night.
I've got a pot of coffee on the stove.
You're not going to square yourself with a pot of coffee. I've been out combing those hills since early this morning. Annie, how could you have done such a crazy thing? What's your uncle going to say?
Well, if it works out the way I think it's going to, he'll say I'm pretty smart. Want to hear about it?
No, but I'll have the coffee.
Wait, Lofty, you'll see I'm right.
Trouble with you, Annie, is you're too trusting. Malloy's probably miles away from here by now. We'll never see him again.
What's the matter?
Keep talking, but don't look toward the window.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
What were you doing out there?
Waiting for her to be alone so I could come in and talk to her.
What happened, Tom?
Well, I went up to the Boltons, all right.
Well, did you get the warden's letter?
I couldn't find my horse or my saddlebags.
Still sounds fishy to me.
I don't blame you for that. You've been right all along, Miss Annie. They're your men, all right.
You mean they've been pulling these holdups?
Every last one of them. Not only that, but they got another one planned for tomorrow morning.
Well, I'll go up and bring them in.
No, wait a minute, Lofty. You haven't got any evidence yet. You got to catch him in the act.
Yeah, that's right. You know where they're going to hold this messenger up?
At a place called Sidewinder Pass. They found out he's going through there tomorrow morning at daybreak.
Well, I'll be there before daybreak. You go back to the cabin. I'll round up some men.
Well, there's nothing in any of this stuff that'll tell us anything. The only thing I can figure out is Malloy took off because he was afraid we'd turn him in.
Yeah, you fool mighty easy, Dan. I found this letter in his saddlebag. It's from the prison warden to the sheriff in Diablo.
And he didn't bust out. He was released, huh?
That's right. He's a plant. He's working for the sheriff. And you had to talk your fool head off to him.
They ought to have been here by now, Lofty. You don't reckon that Malloy double-crossed you?
No, I don't think so.
Well, they might have got the messenger farther up.
No, they couldn't have. Got the road covered all the way to the mine.
Well, maybe they'll be along.
This way, Tom.
Are we going to Sidewinder Pass? It's that way.
We changed our plans.
Yeah, we forgot to tell you. We're going to knock over the bank in Diablo.
But it's Sunday. Won't that be closed?
Yeah, we figured on that. But you're pretty good at cracking safes. We got everything you'll need right here.
Tag, do you realize it's almost time for Sunday school and you're not even dressed yet?
Wait a minute, sis. Those two Bolton brothers just rode in town, and your escaped prisoners with them.
Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. I saw them.
Look, Tag, I want you to ride out the Sidewinder Pass as fast as you can and get hold of Lofty.
Sure, sis.
All set. You'll be taking care of when this thing blows.
Then when this thing goes off, the whole town here. We gotta be ready to make a fast getaway.
Yeah, you go out and get the horse and bring him around the front. Wait there.
Was right about the warden's letter. I just found it on him. Come on.
Hey, Annie, I met Lofty right out at the edge of town.
Good work, Tag. Now hurry along and get dressed or Sunday school's going to be over. Go on.
What was the answer to the telegram I sent the prison warden?
Yeah, what does it say?
Listen, and if you need a new deputy to send to Red Rock District, I believe Tom Malloy would be a good man for the job.
That telegram came a little bit late, didn't it?
Hollywood.
Time to say hello again and start our show again and sing a song or two for all of you. Hi, everybody. How are you? I hope you feel as good as I do today, and as we all do, this is a very kind of an extra special day because we just got in late last night from a weekend in New York. And this is something that I've heard of other people doing, and I never thought it could happen to me. And it's been a very exciting and a very hectic weekend, and believe me, the excitement hasn't worn off yet. Tell you a little bit more about the trip in a few minutes, but right now, have kind of a song that could be appropriate if I was still back there, but it isn't a bit appropriate out here. Here we go. Getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to like you, hoping that you'll like me, getting to know you, putting it my way, but nicely. You are precisely my cup of tea. Getting to know you, getting to feel free and easy. When I am with you, getting to know what to say. Haven't you noticed? Suddenly I'm bright and breezy because of all the beautiful and new things I'm learning about you day by day. Getting to know you, getting to feel free and easy. When I'm with you, getting to know what to say. Haven't you noticed? Suddenly I'm bright and breezy because of all the beautiful and new things I'm learning about you day by day. And it's true, you know, just in a couple of days, the back of my neck is so stiff from looking straight up. It's just a fabulous city. I can't say enough about it. The very first trip back there, Frank.
Oh, I'm glad you're back safe, though.
Oh, and a beautiful flight both ways. Everybody says, well, the one thing you do in New York, all you do is eat. You go to restaurants all the time. Didn't do that at all. What?
You popped a button.
I know it. Every time I breathe, I do that.
Did you see a lot of sights? I mean, did you go see the tallest building in the world, the Flatiron Building?
That wasn't it. It was the Empire State Building.
Is there another bigger building now than the Flatiron?
How long since you've been there, Frank?
I think it was about 31 years.
Oh, well, you'd noticed a couple of changes.
How about the aquarium?
Three Deuces aren't there anymore. The aquarium is... I didn't get to see it.
Oh, well, 2 days you couldn't. I mean,
I took a ride in a hansom cab.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
How about the horse cars? Are they still running?
Yes, they are. Only around Central Park, though.
Oh, I see.
It's $6 for an hour. That's a half hour long.
Did you see Trixie Ferganza?
Frank, she wasn't there.
Tony Pastors? She isn't there now?
I don't think Tony Pastors is still there. You ought to make a trip back if you get a chance. It's changed a little bit. You'd be surprised.
Well, it must have. My goodness.
Traffic's pretty bad now. They have cabs, you know.
Yeah,
do they have cabs?
Do they have meters?
Do they, boy? And well, I tell you one funny thing that happened. We were in this cab, and we had done the show and then left right after the show, you know. And the cab fellow said that he saw the show that morning that we did from here, and here we were driving around New York.
Is that right? He recognized you right off?
Uh-huh.
Isn't that wonderful?
Of course, I mean, the necklace didn't hurt anything. I have a necklace that says Betty White. It's in letters about, like, it glows in the dark. It flashes on and off, but I didn't want to be ostentatious.
That's like a Sandwich Man, only for a television show.
That's right.
But where all did you eat? That's what I'm interested in hearing. What did you have?
There are a lot of other things besides eating there, Frank. I can't think of them offhand. That seems to be all we did.
Boy, the food in New York is really wonderful. I like the vegetables that they grow in Ohio and ship to New York.
And I drank more California orange juice back there than I ever did.
It's from Florida.
Who was it? It's awfully good. Who was it that said they wore dark glasses, they got snowblind from all the white tablecloths? This is how I feel.
I don't know who it was.
Well, ate at Danny's Hideaway.
What?
Danny's Hideaway.
Danny's Hideaway?
Yeah, it was awfully
What did he
good.
do?
He hid away.
Oh,
I saw Pajama Game.
Oh, no, the show? How was it? Was it good?
Oh, not the show.
Oh,
Not the show. Oh, it was wonderful.
Yeah, they have a version out here only they use nightgowns.
That's right. It's all girl orchestra. And then we have, excuse me,
Oh, hello. Hi. She was in New York.
Yeah, just hearing this.
I'm a commuter.
You're talking about Tony Foster. I just wanted to bring him up to date. He has a band now. He only cooks for his friends.
Oh, I see.
Did you eat at Henri's?
No, we didn't get a chance.
She's a
to.
nice girl.
Oh, this is one of two Italian boys own a French place.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, but we ate at an Italian restaurant called El Baraccio, and we did, too.
Did they still have the bird there that talks back at you?
No.
Oh, they used to have a minor bird in there. It was something.
I thought that was the waiter. I could have sworn.
No. He presents the bill, you know. Have you bought your Christmas seals yet? Change the subject.
No, but you know how we love animals. Right? No, seriously, I shouldn't say about anything.
Here's a wonderful message from Rod Cameron right now about Christmas seals.
This is Rod Cameron. So protection means many things, from the cop on the beat to the firehouse on the corner. Often it's something we take for granted, like the protection you and your family receive every day through Christmas seals. Christmas seals fight tuberculosis. Tuberculosis strikes 1 American every 5 minutes. But progress in this fight since the first Christmas seal was sold has meant the saving of more than 7 million lives. Now that's real protection. Yes, we all share the benefits. Our contributions make these benefits possible. Use both the red and the green seals, the colors of Christmas. Answer your Christmas seal letter today. If you haven't received it, mail your contribution to your Tuberculosis Association. They'll send you your Christmas seals. Remember, your contribution is the one that counts.
You know, it's a funny thing when you come back from a place like that or a flying trip like that, especially when it was for such a little time. Now, we arrived late last night, and now it doesn't seem possible that we were ever back there. It just seems like something that didn't really happen. But everybody was certainly nice to us back there, and we appreciate it. Lalo, do you have what I hope you have lined up for today in the way of a song?
Yes, I do. I have a little heart-rendering thing. A song called Estrellita.
We received more mail, I think, on that song than almost any one that you've done on the program.
I hope to do it better this time.
You
You didn't... Oh, I see what you mean.
I did.
Oh, I see. Well, gee, I'm happy to hear that.
How are you going to handle somebody like that? Isn't that awful? And they're all like that in their own way. They're all just great big boys at heart. Well, this is the song that was written for your mother, was it not, Eddie?
Well, yes, she introduced this song. It had already been written, but when Manuel Ponce, the composer, met her, why, he dedicated it to her. And when she came to this country, she was the first one to sing it.
Well, no wonder you tie up a little on this song. I think it certainly has a lot of meaning, as well as being a perfectly beautiful song. Eddie Robertson and Estrellita.
Estrellita del lejano cielo, que miras mi dolor, que sabes mi sufrir, baja y dime si me quiere un poco, porque yo no puedo sin su amor vivir. Tú eres estrella, mi faro de amor. Tú sabes que pronto he de morir. Baja y dime si me quiere un poco, porque yo no puedo sin su amor vivir. Tú eres estrella, mi faro de sabes que pronto he de morir. Va y dime si me quiere un poco, porque yo no puedo sin su
That should make even you happy today. We have some wonderful mail. Incidentally, we have two ladies in our audience today who are the daughters of R.L. Murdy in Stratford, Ontario, Canada, who watches this show, and we just want him to know that his gals are here in the audience, and we're very, very happy to have them here, and we appreciate you watching the program in Canada, too. Then from Katona, New York, we have an excerpt that was out of somebody's scrapbook here. We just signed a viewer, so we didn't get a chance to mention their names, but these are some extracts from letters making application for supplies of welfare milk in the Glasgow area of Scotland. The first one is, I have a baby 12 months old, thanking you for same. Please send the form for supply of milk for having babies at reduced rates. And the other one says, I posted the form by mistake before my child was properly filled. And the third one, will you please send me a form for cheap milk? I have a baby 2 months old. I didn't know anything about it until a friend told me. And then, sorry I have been so long in filling in form, but I have been in bed with my baby and didn't know it was running out until the milkman told me. And this is my 8th child. What are you going to do about it? That's from the Milk Industry News. I love those letters that are written in sometimes. The reason I love them most is I've written some of them. Since writing, I've found the handle in the box. Then we also have a perfectly beautiful one here. How much time do we have, Jack? About 1 minute. I can just about do this in 1 minute. This was sent in. A great many interesting things are happening in Korea all the time, but the most intriguing story I have heard recently is this. This is from Wilkesboro, Pennsylvania. It was Christmas time with plenty of snow and cold outside. The chapel was decorated with a crib in which figures of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph were displayed. A little Korean boy, numbed by the biting wind, entered the edifice to get warm. Attracted by the crib, he walked up and saw the Christ child. Remembering the stories the GIs told him about Christmas and the birth of Jesus, he stood there in admiration. He wanted to pay his respects, but knowing no Christmas carols, he began singing, You Are My Sunshine. Not once, but 3 times he gave the number, once for Jesus, once for Mary, and once for Joseph. Then looking at the crib, he added this greeting, Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Savior, happy birthday to you. I believe this was one of the most beautiful, wonderful gifts offered to the babe of Bethlehem on his birthday. That's a beautiful story, and thank you so much whoever sent that in, too. It's fun to share not only the little funny ones and the little goodies, but also the heartwarming ones as well. She says, I consider sheep the stupidest of animals. Don't you agree, darling? He says, yes, my lamb. Ooh. Oh, speaking of animals, you know they have more pigeons in New York than they do. I mean, the flying kind than they do any place else. Really and truly. Then you buy a bag of peanuts and you have 9 million pigeons. Oh, we'll be back with the second half of our show in just a minute. Right now, station identification.
The second half of the Betty White Show from Hollywood.
You know, some songs sort of make the rounds. They come around just every so often. And others just never really go away. I guess this one sort of falls into the latter category, because you hear it just every so often.
Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm weak and maybe I'm strong, but nevertheless I'm in love with you. Maybe I'll win and maybe I'll lose, maybe I'm in for crying the blues. Nevertheless, I'm in love
give much more than I'll get. Nevertheless, I'm in love with you. Somehow I knew at a glance the terrible chances I'm taking. Fine at the start, then left with a heart that is breaking. Maybe I'll live a life of regret. Maybe I'll give much more than I'll get. Nevertheless, I'm in love with you.
Well, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I'm right, but nevertheless, here's some news from NBC that will interest you.
When Hope was a lad, he trod the stage as a comedy foil. He was the rage. He told some jokes and mocked so good. Soon he went to Hollywood. Soon he went to Hollywood. But fate took a hold of him, you see, and now you see his show on NBC. So the 7th of December is the date to know. The 7th of December is the date of the show. The 7th of December is the date of the show. Now Hope's not alone, it is fun that night, 'cause Billy and Chevalier will be in sight to keep you laughing and roaring in glee on this very same channel called NBC. Very same channel called NBC. A lily named Bee and her great comedy with Maurice from France to sing Me. Heads up to a trio you'll have to see on Tuesday the 7th on NBC. Tuesday the 7th on NBC. NBC.
Something we've been wanting to do. We've been wanting to remind you that today is Wish Day, which kind of makes every Monday kind of special for us because we get a chance to well, over the weekend I was sort of spending a little bit of my time wishing I was back home again. Not that I mean anything against New York. It was just a wonderful, wonderful time. But even in 2 days, you can get a little bit homesick for certain things. Right now, we have a gentleman we'd like to have you meet. He's a guest on our program today, and we'd like to have you meet him right now, Mr. Ralph Richardson. Come on in here, Mr. Richardson. How old are you, Ralph? 10. Is it all right if I call you Ralph? Mm-hmm. Is it okay? Will you call me Betty? Well, you know what I've been kind of wishing for today? I've been kind of wishing that a fellow would come on and sing a Christmas song. You know, we haven't had any Christmas songs at all on the program. Mm-hmm. Do you like Christmas songs? Sometimes. I understand you make up a lot of your own songs, don't you, Ralph?
When I'm at home, I do.
Have you ever sung on television before? Mm-mm. Well, it's very special for you to come on over here and sing for us. We really appreciate it. I hope you know that. What do you like to do, mostly? Have any favorite games you like to play?
Mm-mm.
Do you have any...
Favorite is baseball and things.
What position do you play?
I play in I tag up for.
What do you do, tag up and holler which particular position you want to play that day? And whoever gets there first, I guess, that gets to pitch, isn't it?
Mm-mm. It's to be up first.
Oh, you'd rather have your ups, of course. I forgot. How about television? You ever watch television?
Every night that I can.
What's your favorite program?
Space Patrol.
Do you like space things and this? Ralph, you weren't the fellow I heard that saw a flying saucer, were you?
Mm-hmm.
When was it?
That's true, too.
I'd like to hear about it. I'm very interested in it. Where did you see it?
When I was living over where I used to live in Los Angeles.
Well, what did it look like?
Just round and white.
Round and white?
And then the next day I heard it in the paper, not the paper, but it's this book where the Navy Marine saw him too.
Were you scared?
Why should I be scared?
Well, that's the best answer I've ever heard. I'll buy that answer right this minute. Why should you be scared? Maybe somebody's trying to get acquainted with us. You can't tell. You shouldn't be scared of that, should you? Oh, I like that. That'll stop me in my silly questions. What else do you like to do? What do you want to be when you grow up, Ralph?
Well, I might be a writer or a singer.
A writer or a singer? Well, maybe you could be both. A lot of times you can do that, can't you?
Maybe
Yeah,
write
but
your own
I would have to concentrate when I couldn't concentrate on both things.
No, I guess to do anything well, you have to put your whole heart and soul into just that one thing,
I
don't
know.
you? Which do you enjoy doing the most?
Well, singing to the boys when I go to bed.
What kind of songs do you sing?
To just make them up.
Just any kind? Do you just pick a subject, or do you just start singing and see what happens?
I do both.
Both of them? What is your favorite song of all the songs you've ever sung?
Well, I don't remember the songs. I just make them up and forget them.
That's the best way. You ought to write them down. I wish you'd sing us a Christmas song, though, today. That's one of the reasons. We also wanted to get a chance to get acquainted with you, but we thought it'd be awfully nice to have our very first Christmas song on the program sung by you. Would you step up here and sing one for us? Ralph Richards.
Silent night, holy light, all is calm, all is bright, round your bed, and mother and child, holy is the so tender and light, sleeping at the sleeping heavenly peace.
Thank you ever so much. And I know fellas don't like to have a girl put her arm around them. I forget sometimes, you know. But you know something else? You know what these are? These are magic stairs around here. And when you stand on these, even when it's to sing a beautiful song like that, all of a sudden you find yourself starting to have all sorts of things happen. And if you close your eyes, you might start to try to wish and see what happens. Let's try it. Well, something happens. You want to take a look? You like cake? Do you?
Sometimes.
Well, so I hope this is one of the times, because it says, Happy Wish Day to Ralph, and it's a real snow scene and everything. Will you take that back to Boys and Girls 8 in Altadena and share it with your friends? Frank, what do we have here?
Well, Ralph, here's a complete Gilbert chemistry set. Fun with nuclear physics. I hope you have a good time with it, Ralph.
And Bill?
Here's a high-powered hunting rifle for you. Real scope on it, too. Happy Wish Day.
Happy Wish Day, Ralph. Here's a fire engine, and the ladder goes up and down.
Thank you, Arthur.
I think I'll sit it here on the floor.
Eddie Robertson?
Hi, Ralph.
Gee, I suppose you've heard of King Arthur's court. Well, I have all of the equipment here. You can play Sir Lancelot, you know. Swinging sword there, too. Happy Wish Day, Ralph.
And Dick?
Hi, Ralph. Happy Wish Day. Here's a walkie-talkie set for you. You have a lot of fun with that.
How about you, Rock?
Ralph, we'd like you to have this fine leather craft hobby set. Think you can make something out of that?
Yes,
I'll bet you can, too.
Fast.
That's right. Happy Wish Day.
Lots of things.
Dzień dobry, Ralph. Ja mam dla ciebie ładne odzienie. Oho? One pant.
What did he say?
Ralph, we wander around here sometimes ourselves. We just smile and nod.
Ralph, maybe you can understand this. This is a Rebel construction kit. You can build 4 giant airplanes out of this. Happy Wish Day.
And Del Sharbutt?
Say, Ralph, have you ever seen 3D pictures? Well, you'll have your own with this Viewmaster. And, oh, look, you've got all kinds of reels. A day at the circus, cowboy stars, and you've got everything here.
Thank you.
Thank you,
You want me
Del.
to hold this for you? I'll put them over there.
And not only that, but, you know, we don't want you to go on back home and not have some gifts for your friends. So we have some gifts over there for all your friends if you'll take them back and pass them out for us. Will you do that? And we have also a complete set of the Book of Knowledge, a 20-volume set. That's the world's famous encyclopedia for children, famous the world over. And if you'll take that back home, there's also another complete 20-volume set of the Book of Knowledge sent in your name to the Home for Friendless Children in Newport, Rhode Island. Is that all right? Okay. And not only that, but we understand that you boys and girls over there are trying to establish your own newspaper. Well, thanks to Ditto Incorporated, that's going to be possible, because they're seeing to it that the home gets a Ditto liquid duplicator, so you can make as many copies of your newspaper as you possibly want to. Will that be all right? Mm-hmm. All right. And I think it's pretty exciting, and I also think for a fellow whose favorite program is Space Patrol, I think you ought to meet Cadet Happy, don't you? Lynn, come on in here.
Hi, Ralph. Glad to see you. Commander Corey gave me a few things to bring you through for you. Here. There's an official Space Patrol flashlight and a watch for you.
Watch?
And a watch. A couple of records. That Decca made tells the whole story of how I got to belong to the Space Patrol. And a space helmet, too. No less. Yeah.
Oh.
Smoking rockets.
Thank you ever so much,
Sure.
Cadet Happy. Can you do that?
Yeah,
And not only that, but the telefilm company is also going to see to it that you have actual motion pictures to show every week over at the home. Will that be all right? I'll tell you later. Happy Wish Day to you. Happy Wish Day to you. Happy Wish Day, dear Ralph. Happy Wish Day to you. And your big wish, a roll fast bicycle. Okay? What do you I say okay?
Thank you.
Are you receiving me in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we certainly hope that you're happy with these things, and we hope you'll kind of pass them out to your friends back home. Will you, Ralph? Is it all right for him to take the helmet off? I mean, is he...
Well, you might not be able to breathe, but...
Are you all right here?
Right.
This rarefied atmosphere. Lynn Osborne, thank you so much for coming over here.
How do you turn this on?
Well, you'll have to ask Cadet
You
Happy
just,
about that.
Push the little gimmick. I think, yeah. Now, I don't know how to turn it off, but it's on.
One quick question, Cadet Happy, before you leave. I understand we have a gentleman here who has actually seen a flying saucer. Is there anything he does particular about that? I mean, does he report it to anybody or anything?
Well, you might check with Commander Corey. He's got complete records on all that. And, actually, that's the flying saucers are really the Space Patrol.
Oh, I see. Out on personal appearance. Thank you again.
Bye-bye.
And thanks to you, Ralph, so much for coming over here. This is a real treat for us today. I hope you know that.
Treat for me, too.
Oh, well, will you come on back and see us and let us know how you make out?
If I can.
Time to sing that song again and say so long again until we say hello on our next show. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
This is Del Sharbutt speaking for the Betty White Show from Hollywood.